Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My dear student, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to study the first battle against the Romans from the time of Hazrat Umar. So today battles is Battle of Yurmuk. Let's start studying the event. Start. Battle of Yurmuk was the first important battle against Romans, and they were superpower. They have become the threat for the Muslim. So Muslim has to start fighting against them so that actually they might be stopped. Events are background of this battle. During the time of Hazrat Bakr Siddiq, Muslims started war against him, against the Romans, because these were the people who started to help different people. We have studied in yesterday's lecture that they helped the apostate, false prophets and other people. So it was important for Muslim to take some necessary steps to stop them from being involved in against Islamic activities. So during the time of Hazrat Umar, before the Battle of Yurmuk, Muslim conquered many cities of the Roman. So Muslim actually, Hazrat Umar did not stop the conquest within the Roman Empire after the death of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, but he continued all those activities. So when Roman Emperor saw this, actually he wanted to defeat the Muslim. So basically Roman were defeated in all battles. So Roman Emperor, he got furious and he thought that we need to stop Muslim as soon as possible, because Muslim were in the front of Syria. We have studied that actually the Byzantine Empire consists of three parts: the Syrian front, Jerusalem and the Egypt. So Battle of Yurmuk was fought in the Syrian front, in the Syrian territories. So Roman Emperor sent 260,000 soldiers in the valley of Yurmuk in order to stop the Muslim once for all. On the other hand, Muslim actually started their journey towards Battle of Yurmuk under the leadership of Hazrat Abu Ubaidah bin Jarrah. He is having 40,000 people with him. So both armies actually camped in the valley of Yurmuk near the Syria. So negotiation started there. Both parties sent different delegations to discuss some important points. The Romans actually, they offered large fortune for Muslim. They thought that actually Muslims are here for money, for riches, for gold and silver. So the Roman army, they offered a huge fortune to the Muslim, that if they left the Syria, we can pay them huge money. They thought that actually Muslim might have spent a lot of money on this expedition, and they are poor and they don't have enough money in their homes. So they thought that Muslims are here because of money, so we can borrow, we can buy them with the money. But Muslim actually, they reject the offer. Not only reject the offer, but also they offered three options to the Romans. That Islam, first of all, that you need to accept Islam. If you don't want to accept Islam, then you need to pay the jizya, the tax. And if you don't pay the jizya tax, then get ready for the war. So they did not accept Islam. In the same way, they were a superpower. They used to think that we can't give the jizya to Muslims. So they chose the third option, the war. So that was the beginning of the great event from the history of Roman Empire. So battle started actually after battle started, and both armies started to attack on each other. Early in the morning, they used to wake up and start fighting with them, and in the evening they used to stop the battle. So this is how this battle lasted for 6 days. No result actually came out, because both parties, they were fighting with courage and bravery. The people started to fall from the both sides, but no one was ready to accept the defeat. But on the late afternoon of 6th day, 1/3 of the army of Roman army left in the battlefield. Rest of the army were killed or were fled from the battlefield. So Muslims came to know about the situation. They started to create more pressure on the Romans. During that activity, a storm broke out, which helped the Muslim. So that storm actually create trouble for the Romans. When Romans saw that actually if we remain in the battlefield and under the storm, then there will be no one to go back to the home. So Romans started to left the battlefield and Muslims got the victory. So in this battle, actually 2/3 of the Romans army were completely destroyed, and rest of them fled from the battlefield. So this is how Muslim got captured the one area of the Byzantine Empire, Syria, and Muslim got the victory in the Battle of Yurmuk, and that was a famous battle which was being won by the Muslim result. So there was a great victory for the Muslims because Muslim killed majority of the Roman Empire. Muslim got the control of the Syria, the one part of the Byzantine Empire, and that was very alarming situation for the Christian ruler emperor. And Muslim broke the strength of the Roman, so that is why they could not stay, they could not stop the Muslim from being captured the rest of the eastern front. So this is how, my dear students, Muslim got the victory in the Battle of Yurmuk. You need to read from the both book. You need to study the history of Islam as well in order to get the maximum info. So tomorrow we are going to study about the fall of Jerusalem. Until then, Allah Hafiz.